the men's lightweight quadruple sculls. Well, this was won by the Italians last year. In fact, they've won it for the last 2 years, and they're represented by 2 of last year's crew who are in lane 5. We'll come to them shortly, but we begin over on the far side with Argentina, who are drawn in lane 1. Well, their women have had much success. What can they do, I wonder? Then in lane 2, Mexico. Another nation to make some progress and get a crew into the final, so that's good news for world rowing. The Irish in lane 3, man in the stroke seat there, Niall O'Toole, former individual lightweight singles world champion. Back in 1991 he won that title. Then the United States of America in lane 4, they were 4th a year ago. The Italians in lane 5, and in lane 6 for the host country, Germany. Germany, who were the silver medalists behind the Italians a year ago.
Well, the Italians always like to get out fast, get in front so that they can dominate the race. And here again, they've really moved out. The Italians in their training, right through training, they like to do a lot of practice starts. What they do is that they do a session a week with starts, and they've got the starts so well under their belt that they can just knock them off very easily. They're very confident there, and that's why they get out so fast. They've got a lot of this stuff done through the winter.
Well, one point of interest, Dan, is that they've lost one very talented man in their boat. Well, we know he's very talented because we've seen him become world champion already, and that's Stefano Basalini, who a year ago was the stroke of this boat. He's now been replaced by Paolo Pitino, who has the responsibility for setting the rhythm.
Well, Italian sculling, and particularly crew sculling, is really very, very high standard here. They really don't make many mistakes. They know how to move quadruple sculls along, heavyweight and lightweight, and here they're doing it again. They've gone out in front, they're half a length up on Germany, and they're moving extremely well indeed.
So Germany with Alexander Lutz in the stroke seat. He was in the boat a year ago, together with the man in the bow, Markus Baumann. So some experience from last year carried on, but the Italians already making their mark through the first quarter, with the Germans following them through in second place. 125.58 for the first 500 there for the Italians. And although I said Paolo Pitino's taken over the stroke seat, he was in the boat last year, and previously he won medals in the lightweight quad back as far as 1990 and again in 96. So he knows what this game is all about.
Well, they're certainly doing the right thing here. They've got a good lead on Germany, and these two crews well out in front of the rest of the field. This is high-rating stuff, high-quality stuff. They're really moving extremely well, beautifully drilled, but then they do put in the miles in training.
So Italy with 3/4 of a length, perhaps a fraction more now over Germany, who are solidly in second place, with in lane number 3, maybe the Irish showing a bit of form there. The Irish, who were bronze medalists a year ago. Just Neil Byrne from that boat in this year's crew. Germany, what can they do about this? They've really got to get back in contention pretty soon. They can't let the Italians have any more.
Well, I wonder if they've settled for second place, because they know how fast the Italians are. They just want to make sure they keep everybody else behind them as well. But Italy really moving along well. Very horizontal work as always. Hard leg drive. Germany, they're not letting them get away, but they're both well clear of the United States. United States and Ireland going through the halfway mark together.
Yes, also interesting in the Italian boat in the 3-seat. Young man, Elia Luini, junior world single sculls champion last year from Varese, just 19 years of age. It just underlines just how much talent the Italians have.
Well, this is a familiar sight, isn't it? These white shoulders and blue tops just moving in perfect unison ahead of the field. It's very good sculling. Germany moving well, but still not really quite in the same class.
And as you say, Dan, maybe they're not going to risk blowing it all. They're just going to settle for a good silver medal. and not run the risk of doing anything extravagant which could cost them dear towards the end of the race. But you can see the Italians now clear water over the Germans, who in turn, I have to say now, look pretty solid ahead of the rest, who are scrapping for bronze. And the scrap for bronze at the moment seems to be between the United States, here they are, and the Irish. United States with Connell Groom and Sean Groom, the brothers in the boat. It's Connell who's at the stroke seat and brother Sean who's in the bow.
Italy now just about a length clear as they come into the last quarter, and United States stealing ahead of Ireland. And on the far side, Argentina just dropping off the field with Mexico ahead of them.
Paolo Pitino, not troubled, just concentrated, and they've got this race in control, really. There's no reason why they should lose this from here. The Germans happy to stick at the same pace.
It's interesting how the same countries seem to favour the same events. You know, Italians and Germans always dominant in the quadruple sculls, and the styles so much true to each nation. The Italians very leg-driven, the Germans more upright, more power-driven.
Well, once upon a time, this was an event in which the Austrians excelled. They took the title in 93, 94, 95, but since then, the Italians have dominated. And this is a very, very good piece of sculling. And they're totally and utterly in control. There's nothing that anybody's going to do about this. And again, another sign of revival in the Italian camp.
Yes, they're really back on form again, and right across the board in both Olympic and non-Olympic events, the Italian squad are performing. They're really performing well.
So gold to the Italians who eased off. Germany take the silver, and the United States have won the argument with Ireland for the bronze medal, with Mexico and Argentina. Well, Argentina still to cross the line. Touch of class there, Dan.
Oh, I think so. I mean, they defended their title with real style.
So 3 in a row for the Italians in the men's lightweight quadruple sculls.
Paolo Pitini in the stroke seat there, doing a terrific job, leading that crew to a very well-deserved victory.
Well, who knows if they'll hang on to the title next year, because these men will be vying for a place in the double, trying to qualify for the next Olympic Games.